Alright, and welcome to our garden. As you can see here, this is where we're going to put in our peas and onions and green beans. This was an existing garden, but now we are going to square foot gardening. And as you can see, Daniel's helping me, and he's raking out grass we've just weed-eated. And in just a little bit, we're going to be building boxes, and hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have my onion sets planted, red, candy, 10-15s, and also some white for green onions. But we're new to square foot gardening, and I'd like to show you our garden now. Our garden's a little bit different than everybody else's. We decided that we were tired of the traditional methods of gardening. We were tired of the Texas heat, the Texas dirt, the Texas bugs. And in the course of me being bored, I decided to research some gardening, and I found square foot gardening, and I was really impressed. And this winter we've square foot gardened, and I'll show you what's still growing from the winter here in Texas. This I planted back in October. As you can see, here's one of our boxes, and we have the traditional square foot garden trellis made out of electric conduit. And instead of netting, I have created a string, which there's several videos on how to do string. And I'll get closer to the garden, and you can see that this right here is butter crunch lettuce. And you don't know if you can see it on the YouTube, but I have taken free paint stirrers and labeled each box with what it is. This is my butter crunch lettuce, and then I have several squares of sugar snap peas, and some are doing really good. They've got flowers. I have only had one small individual serving, but like I said, right now it is really cold. We had another cold front come last night. This is some garlic I have planted. I've never done garlic before, so we're going to see what happens with that. That was actually not planted there when I was mixing up the dirt. I had planted it, and then I changed my mind, and apparently I missed these two little guys. Here I have some onions, some reds that I was originally putting in the corner, and I planted something else in the middle, but it was a marigold, and it doesn't like winter, so it died. Here's my carrots, which I definitely need to thin out. At square foot gardening, I need to only have 16 carrots in my square foot. Another of carrots. This is parsnips. Apparently the parsnip seed packet doesn't like me, because this is the only one that has come up, and I have planted them now 3 times. This is Detroit red beets. Once again, those are 9 to a square foot. And once again, some more beets with some little... And here, you'll see the little beet seedling that I just recently planted here. And I'm probably going to remove them because I'm going to plant something else there. Green onions, red onions, white onions that I planted all the way back in October. And you can see that I didn't want them to die during the winter, and my goal is these will be bigger than my other onions because they're going to grow throughout the winter. I mulched them with some hay. I just put some hay in there, and that way they'll stay nice, and the roots won't die during the really, really cold, which so far we have not had. This is my second planting of radish. I've already harvested 16 radishes, and so right before I was harvesting the last ones, I planted this radish, and now I've completely harvested that original 16, so I've now planted another 16. This is spinach. I have cut it several times. I'm apparently the only one who likes fresh spinach in salads, so I cut it and throw some with my salad. Once again, some more onions. And this is, I specifically had for white lisp and bunching onions, but if you look very closely, you'll probably only see 1 or 2. Apparently, it doesn't like the cold, and it's not coming up that well. Once again, another carrot. And some more onions, and I had put some broccoli sprout seeds. They're very small, but they're not coming up, and now our local nursery has some beautiful broccoli sprouts plants, so I'm going to redo them. Once again, some more onions, and I was doing 9 to a square foot, but now I know that I can do 16, so I'm going to replant my 16s. More carrots. Let me go around. Some more onions. This is an Italian salad mixture, and I've already harvested it. I cut it down to where all you could see was buds of plants. It's already now coming back up. I can cut that and have me another couple bowls of salad the next couple of days, and butter crunch. All right. Our problem with our garden last year, main problem, was squash bugs. We love, being part Italian, we love squash, and I can and make different things. I made over 72 jars of pickles last summer on our cucumbers before the wonderful Texas drought got to us. And we wanted, when I read Square Foot Gardening, Daniel and I came up with this idea, why can't we kind of enclose it? So this is my second box, and if you can see, it is completely enclosed. We got some window screen from Home Depot, and we completely enclosed it, and the purpose of that is we're going to try to plant squash in it this summer. And I have found one Italian variety that does not need pollination, and I'm going to experiment with that. And then I'm also going to do some yellow and some butternut, and I'm going to try to pollinate it myself, because being enclosed, it won't have the bees or the wasps to normally pollinate it. So I'm going to have to pollinate it, which will be either early in the morning or late in the evening. But we have squash bugs so bad that there was no way we could control them all. And I tried everything, organic, not organic, for years, and nothing ever worked. And the only thing that seemed to kill them was insecticidal soap, which is organic. And the wonderful thing about Square Foot Gardening, you can easily go to organic. And what we did, we just put a couple of boards up, and then we built like a wooden frame and attached the screen to it. And this is the side right here, and what will happen was this will not come up. But on my other two sides, we have made it where it hinges. Hold on just a moment. On both sides. And so now I can come in here and I can hinge my plants. If you can see, it completely hinges. And I'm going to show you what's in here. Here's some cabbage I planted really late. I have a garden spy. She's coming to see what I'm doing with her iPhone. This is cabbage that I planted really late in the winter. Now the spy's walked away because I embarrassed her. But we had a really bad aphid problem, so I sprayed it with some BT and also some neem oil, and now this cabbage is just taking off. And I say taking off because I'm about to show you another one that is going to be yanked today, because apparently the aphids got the best of it. And this is the one here hiding underneath this cauliflower leaf. Compared to that, see how bad that looks? That is because the aphids got so bad and they kind of stunted the plant. Because the plant's stunted, I'm going to yank it out today, and I'm going to add a scoop of compost, and then I'm going to plant another cabbage. Once again, I had a cabbage here, it died. I planted some Brussels sprout babies that you can see, but they're not doing good, and I found some Brussels sprouts, so I'm going to add some compost, and I'm going to add more Brussels sprout plants there. Brussels sprout plant. There's another cabbage that's going to be yanked and replaced today. Now we are in wonderful Cauliflowerville. And if you look really closely, it's hard to do the shadow here, and you'll see this very little cauliflower. It's a little bitty. It's a little bit bigger than the size of a quarter, and this is a great cauliflower because you can notice that the leaves are enclosing around it, and that'll protect it from the sun. I have 4 cauliflower plants here, and the only reason I have 4 in 2-foot squares is when I planted them, they were 2 in a thing, and so far I have not had much luck doing cauliflower, so I said, what the heck, we'll put 2 in a square foot, see what happens. Right now they're doing really good. They're nice and green, you can see. Only a little bit of leaf damage when my screen blew off, but we've now put boards completely around to make sure that that won't happen again. I have some more wonderful garlic here. It looks nice and lush, and the heads are big. And once again, if you've never gardened, this is only one small clove off of a seed garlic, and it will make a full bulb. Now to my pride and joy is Mr. Broccoli's. I have about 9 plants, each one of them in a square foot. And just to give you an idea, the head right now is, my hand can completely cover this head up. Then you've got smaller ones that of course are about half the size of my hand. And more, and more, and more, and more, and more. This is a sprouting garlic, and if you'll look on the sides of it, you'll see little sprouts already forming, and it's not even done growing. But this is the behemoth. For some reason, he really likes my garden, and he is double the size of 2 hands. Today, he's getting cut, and we're having some fresh broccoli tomorrow. Once again, see the seeding sprouts coming off the side. That's about the size of a quarter, so that's pretty good. But we also like the stem, so we're going to cut that. And more garlic. More garlic, more garlic. This is a Chinese cabbage. It was doing really bad because of the aphids, and I'll show you on a bad leaf that I need to yank that has finally just given up. It's nice and yellow, and all you do with perfect gardening is when you see a bad leaf, you just yank it out. But that's a pretty good size head. It's kind of in the shadow. It's very hard to see, so I'm going to probably wash this really good because the aphids are dead. But I'm going to, see, here's another really bad yellow leaf. And while I'm here, I see a really bad yellow broccoli leaf. So he gets snapped off. Now I got another spy. There's my son. All right. Put that side down for me, please. Or, he wants to know what I'm doing. I'm videotaping our garden, honey.
Who?
I'm videotaping our gardening. It's not a who. It's a what I'm doing.
Who?
For myself.
Oh.
This is a broccoli plant. He was planted a lot later, so he's a lot smaller. Once again, a yellow leaf. You yank him off. Some more garlic that's coming up, doing really well. Look how thick the base is. I can't wait to dig it up and see if I got the head. This is not looking that great. However, this has been cut, and I ate it, and it was delicious, and it's a head lettuce. I didn't let it get to a head. I ate individual leaves in a salad. Same thing with the spinach. I took this spinach, and I've ate it, and now it's coming back. So when the leaves over here get a little bit bigger than this leaf right here, I will once again do some more lettuce.